General Hospital. Secrets, schemes, and scandals unleashed on May 30th. Port Charles is a town where power is currency, and loyalty is a luxury few can afford. On May 30th, General Hospital delivers a storm of upheaval, secrets, and long-brewing consequences that threaten to alter relationships, reshape families, and ignite explosive rivalries. This Friday's episode weaves together crumbling alliances and mounting tension as old wounds are reopened and dangerous truths inch closer to daylight. At the Quartermaine estate, the tension is palpable. Lois's return to town was never going to be smooth, but she now finds herself locked out emotionally and physically from her daughter Brooke Lynn's life. While Lois seeks reconciliation and hopes to reach out to her grandson Gio, Brooke Lynn has drawn a hard line. Years of mistrust and unresolved pain surface with ferocity as Brooke Lynn accuses Lois of always putting her own needs before her family's well-being. The possibility of Lois interfering with Gio, especially now that he's vulnerable, is a line Brooke Lynn refuses to let her mother cross. But for Lois, the stakes have never been higher, not just for redemption but for the survival of any bond with her daughter and grandson. Meanwhile, the consequences of the family drama bleed into a parallel crisis. Emma's brief sense of safety is shattered when she wakes alone in a cabin. Gio is missing. His sudden disappearance rattles her to the core. The sanctuary they found has become a hollow shell of false security. Was Gio kidnapped? Did he leave intentionally? Emma fears the worst but clings to the hope that Gio might only need space. Yet, deeper fears gnaw at her. What if she no longer knows who he truly is? Gio, plagued by uncertainty and emotional fatigue, may be spiraling. His complicated feelings about his identity and place in a family that seems to constantly fracture around him could explain his disappearance. But his silence is about to cause waves far beyond the walls of the cabin. As Emma contemplates reaching out to Lois, desperate for answers about the family Gio refuses to face, another secret inches toward detonation elsewhere in Port Charles. Sasha, caught in a precarious web of loyalty and guilt, is drawn into a conversation with Michael that could define the future of his children. Michael, preparing for a fierce custody battle, seeks Sasha's silence on a night that changed everything. It's not just about protecting his image, it's about controlling the narrative surrounding Sasha's unborn child. The truth that Michael, not Drew, is the father of Sasha's baby would jeopardize his claim to stability in the eyes of the court. If Rick, acting as opposing counsel, presses too hard, Sasha will need to decide whether her loyalty to Michael outweighs the moral burden of a lie. Sasha vows her silence, but that promise is as fragile as the trust between them. Unbeknownst to either of them, the truth already has an audience. Nina, having unearthed Michael's paternity secret, holds the most dangerous card in this high-stakes custody fight. She confides in Ava, torn between justice and vengeance. Ava, ever the pragmatist, urges caution. Nina's affair with Drew, a time bomb in its own right, could surface if Sasha is pushed too far. If Nina chooses to expose Michael, she may well unravel her own world. But Nina is no stranger to risk. And with Willow's maternal rights hanging in the balance, she may find justification in weaponizing this truth for what she perceives as the greater good. Elsewhere, Carly takes a different route in the fight for control. She approaches Curtis with a bold strategy, leveraging Aurora's media reach to reshape public perception, possibly tarnishing Drew in the process. Curtis, ever the voice of reason, warns her, media wars leave casualties. But Carly is beyond persuasion. Her mission is simple: secure full custody of Wiley and Amelia for Michael, no matter the cost. Whether her tactics will secure victory or implode the Corinthos legacy remains to be seen. Amid all this chaos, Elizabeth quietly confronts her own past and present. In a tender, unresolved corner of Port Charles, she meets with Laura to talk about Lucky. Their reconnection has been cautious, perhaps even strained. Elizabeth wonders whether Lucky is truly present, or merely going through the motions. Has time healed the wounds he once inflicted, or is he retreating again into silence and self-sabotage? Laura listens, gently guiding her toward measured expectations. People change, yes, but not always in the ways we hope. And then there's Christina, a young woman walking a tightrope between reckless passion and harsh consequences. Her involvement in a recent accident may soon surface, and Alexis wastes no time laying out the truth. If the authorities pursue this, Christina won't be spared. Her guilt may be buried, but the evidence is gathering like storm clouds. Alexis and Lucky, both driven by love and dread, try to help her understand that silence won't shield her forever. As Friday's episode unfolds, the fabric of Port Charles continues to fray. Each character stands at a precipice, some leaning into deception, others retreating into shadows, and still others ready to fight for what they believe is right. But secrets don't stay buried here. Loyalties shift. Truths unravel. And by the time the dust settles, someone's future will be shattered by the fallout. In General Hospital, justice isn't handed down, it's taken, stolen, or manipulated. And as the Corinthos, Quartermaine, and Ashford families all circle each other like lions in a cage, the question isn't who will strike first, but who will survive the aftermath.